he plays, a lot of guys want to play, and if you play that way too, you've got to play about 8 guys. You for sure, and maybe 9, because it's going to get some time. What do you make like 2 turnovers or something?
That sounds about right. I think that's 7
7 in the game, because no one else plays like St. John's, and to play like St. John's, you have to practice like that. And who would practice like that? If you didn't have to.
Yeah, you do it for the week.
Yeah. You just
The
don't.
same thing you used to do
Just
against.
go press now.
It's what you do against BC. You know, when you're playing BC.
Yeah, you don't do that.
You put 6 guys on.
Yes, yeah, and that would be a good way to simulate.
And it's hard to do that because 6 guys you put on the floor.
McDermott has not a double in his career, and then has 2 in successive games. I mean,
There you go.
he won't quite get the recognition, but in terms of how he is playing, McDermott's one of the top dozen players in the league.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say that was utterly unnecessary.
You think that'd be fair?
I was going to say something like that.
I mean, just in terms of production, the way he's playing, I would value McDermott as one of the 12 best players in the league.
I believe that.
Now, you may not have thought that before the year, but you have to go on how they play, not how you think they are.
Yeah, he's steady. I mean, he's the most efficient player in college basketball.
Yeah.
Like offensive rating.
Yeah, well, you're not going to tell them like,
Not too bad. Guys like that, ready to only create.
Not quite.
but he has such open
Still kind of ready for another week of
5
how about you?
on 3 instead of 3.
Yeah, I'm
He doesn't miss very
Starting,
much.
starting to get a little ready for this stuff.
He's
Yeah.
almost beat Campbell.
Haven't been home yet over the day. I went on a trip.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
grandparents, I had to
one way or another, we're
house,
0 for
so
7.
I'm kind of ready.
Doesn't matter.
Although I will be ready when the break's over to be in one place and stay there.
Right. See, my problem is like,
Right. If you were another team, I mean, whatever, the alarming thing,
That's a big problem. Yeah.
not the total points, but all that. 69 possessions, 57 points, 4.2 on 3. That would be alarming. I was trying to steal. It was a really hard shot. In fact, that's what you want them to do with that, is sort of force through.
Yes. Yeah. Josh is still in. I only got back from being in Florida 2 days ago, so I just didn't stick around.
That's, you know, I mean,
But yeah, Josh is right.
initial one, I mean,
He's still writing. So.
yeah, well, I saw you wrote something.
Right. I mean, I thought they might be. I thought they might be. Initial might. I still think it kind of goes to good and well, but that's a very. I know it's a home win, but that's very.
All right, we're going to do players first, and then LaVall will follow. He's just chatting with somebody right now, so I won't make Sean do an opening statement. We'll just let you guys do.
No. I want the opening statement.
All right. I guess I should have given you the option. All right, so we'll take whatever questions you guys have, and then LaVall will be in here in just a
Request
second.
opening statement from both players.
Kamar, just to start, man, you had one of the more interesting basketball games I think I've seen. I mean, what sort of happened in the first half? Basically, what made it hard for you to kind of find some rhythm, and what eventually started to click for you offensively?
Yeah, in the first half, they when I would get downhill, they would run 2 at me, so it kind of threw me off a little bit to start the game off. And then the second half, just got to my spots, and then found the open man, and then was able to finish around the rim.
Did anybody tell you, coach, or anybody that cut down the three? So you are obviously taking some really deep ones, and then obviously made more points in the second half to get the game and score that way.
Yeah, coach told me to stop settling, just go downhill, and they bring 2, pass it, and go from there.
How did your ankle feel? I mean, even warming up, you didn't look impaired. Now, I know sometimes that can be deceiving, but.
I just had to trust it more. I was kind of tentative in the first half, and then second half, I just kind of just went for it and started to play basketball.
How did that just go for you today? And when did you know you were going to be able to play? How did you feel in the warm-ups? I mean, just what was the whole experience like this weekend?
I felt I was going to be able to play right after St. John's. We have a great medical staff, Ralph Reef and Matt Johnson. So just spent a lot of time with those guys, and they were able to get me healthy and ready to play today.
Sean, obviously those guys usually shoot the three extremely well, and you guys hold the floor with 17. So what do you feel like was your part of you guys especially?
Yeah, we made their three-point shooting a point of emphasis. Obviously, they do it extremely well, so we tried to run some guys off the line. There were a couple that they just missed, but I thought we did a pretty good job of getting out to shooters.
Sean, there was a point, I think, a little bit past the midway of the second half. I mean, Creighton was really rolling. They're scoring most possessions, and then all of a sudden, it's almost like they hit a brick wall. Was that? Did your scheme change at all? Did you do anything? I mean, they did get through with a couple of lobs, but it's like they were accelerating fast in a car and then like hit the mud. And just how did that happen?
Yeah, the coaching staff made some minor adjustments, but again, it was just the players. We all got together and just said that if we want to win this game, we have to dig in and get stops. And it's been part of our mentality all year is to get stops when they really matter, and I think we did a really good job of that towards the end of the game.
I know players like you've got to have confidence. You've got to know the next one's going in. Having said that, you're having the game you're having earlier. Was it hard to? Was there ever a point where you're like, I don't want to shoot?
No, not necessarily not want to shoot, but it was just be aggressive and get downhill. If I know they're bringing two at me, just kick it to the open man and then just make the right play. And like Sean was hot, so we were able to find him and he got us going early in the first half.
How did you find more opportunity to get in the game? Was it, it seemed like you were in some more isolation situations. I mean, what allowed you, was ball movement or what allowed kind of more opportunity to slide in there?
Yeah, we did more slips. So in the first half we were setting it, and then their big was staying with the ball screen. So second half we did more slips, so allowed me to just get downhill more, and then play around the basket, whether it's kick it out or make a layup.
Sean, how do the players keep kind of like a tunnel vision? Butler's off really like historically a good start in the history of this program, and yet it seems like you guys aren't really almost aware of that or your ranking or anything sort of outside your confines of your practice gym.
Yeah, again, our coaches made it a point of emphasis, even in the summer, that we're locked in on the next day, the next possession in practice, the next possession in games. So you see stuff, but we haven't really paid attention. We're focused on the next practice tomorrow, so we stayed pretty locked in.
Sean, Dermot was in here saying how connected y'all are at a really unusual level. He said in his 30 years he had so many teams. Can you put the words, how does that happen? How are you guys, you've been around 5 years, how does that happen?
I think this team took a big step this summer with our connectedness, just hanging out a lot. As a team, we went on a little trip, so just made it a point of emphasis all summer to stay connected, and we've maintained it to this point, and we'll continue to maintain it.
Wanting to be a more complete player, do more off the dribble, defend more on the perimeter, and rebound. And kind of all those things seem like you did that night. Obviously, the double-double, the defending point guard, getting shots at the dribble. Is this the kind of performance, I guess, that you were trying to build toward, I guess?
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing was just focusing on coming out and winning each possession and winning the game as a team, and the other stuff falls into place.
When you miss your first 9 shots in a game, do you say to yourself, this isn't my day, or do you just say, I'm going to just keep shooting?
Just keep shooting, but just getting to my spots and not forcing up bad ones. I felt like I took a couple bad ones in the first half. Just trusting the offense and just playing within our offense.
Two more for the players if we have them, and we'll let them go and cheat coach. Or we can let them go now. All right.
Yeah. Hopefully they told you everything I told them to say.
All right. So Sean declined giving opening statements, so you're going to have to give one.
Yeah.
We'll take over questions.
Yep. No. One of my favorite days in terms of what we do with the program and having former players that have worn the jersey, that have fought for Butler, be here, be at this game as an alumni game. We talk about it with our team of living up to the standard, playing to the standard, on and off the court, just being a Butler Bulldog in all facets. So when those guys are here, there's a little extra on it, because they're not just watching on TV, they're not just texting, they're actually here and watching. So there's a little bit of pressure there for the guys. And so, but I love it. I love seeing all the familiar faces, and I love going in there and talking to them after a win. So I thought, obviously a ton of respect for Creighton. They're playing really well coming into it. A lot of confidence. Their guards they put a ton of pressure on you up the court with their ability to shoot the ball and the pace that they play offense. And so we had an extreme amount of emphasis on that, and give our staff, unbelievable staff, and our leaders. I missed practice yesterday, and they hit everything they were supposed to hit, and just checking in with them and how prepared they were coming into the game. So I thought we got off to a good start. Coach made some adjustments on their end, and they started to drive the ball in the second half, and we had to adjust, midway through there and try to guard them without fouling. And I thought we finished really strong, especially on the defensive end.
Coach, what do you think of Kamar's having the game he's having early, and you're still beating wire to wire? What does that say about your team that you can do that with him?
Yeah, I just, we've been talking about, all week, just don't flinch. I missed practice on Sunday. I was sick. Still got a little bit of that going on. Kamar went down at St. John's for a period there. Me not being around yesterday, just keep your minds focused on what we're supposed to be doing, stay connected, and don't flinch. And I thought Kamar didn't. He's got some shots that we like. I thought he settled a couple times, but he didn't flinch, and kept it going in the second half. And the other guys didn't let it bother them. They continued to just play the right way and attack their opportunities at the same time.
You said basically that you told him to stop settling. Basically, obviously, seeing like he was taking some deep threes in the first half. What changed for him from a mentality standpoint, what he was looking for, and what changed for you schematically in terms of how he was being defended, or what you guys were trying to do to get the ball in his hands more close to the paint?
Yeah, I thought, a couple times he caught it late in the clock, and, everybody's loaded up on him, so he just shot a couple deep ones. And he's made those before. The one he hit was one of those in the second half. And then we had to put him in, better positions they had a lot of attention on him. When he was in pick and rolls, they were trapping or staying with him until he gave it up, and making him a passer. In the second half, just slipping out of some screens, allowing him to get downhill, letting him post up, just moving him around in different positions where he could find better opportunities. And then him playing off of his teammates. I thought Sean did a great job of staying aggressive. Bryce Enzi, we went into him. Derek, just finding other opportunities, and guys being aggressive with it when we went to him.
People like to talk about how connected Butler is on offense and defense. I mean, do you sometimes feel like, because of that, sort of the talent level of some of your guys is almost like dismissed? Because I think you felt like you had a pretty good roster. It was just a matter of them, doing it together.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a team is, right? And so everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. I think, this group has embraced roles as good as any that have been around in terms of, and then trying to soar with their strength and being a star in their role. And so, Christian David's a great example. And then, when you do things the right way and embrace team, you get moments like Christian had the other night. I think that's a credit to our guys and, our staff for recruiting the right guys, and finding the right fits, their families for raising them the right way. And, they just play the game the right way, and not try to do too much. This day and age, everybody wants more and everybody wants it fast. But to have the patience to just embrace the process and play for each other.
Marquise was ill. Caleb didn't play. Did it at all?
No, just with just coach's decision. The way things were rolling and knowing the kind of strengths. I thought Jordan did a good job, just with some size, to be able to get shots off. So nothing more than sometimes you're in, sometimes you're not, but you got to be ready to be in. Derek didn't play as much last game. He was in there a lot more tonight, and he was ready. So all of them have to be in the same mindset.
The values talk about don't do too much. Was Kamar for a while trying to do too much? And if he was, is he the one guy that is okay because he's Kamar?
No, I don't think he was trying to do too much. I think it was just adjusting to how they were playing and realizing here's what's happening. Here's their coverage for him, and everybody's going to have a different game plan to start. In terms of their attention on him and how they want to do it. I thought Aaron did a good job adjusting because a lot of times when Kamar started to drive, Aaron's guy was running over to help and forcing a kick to AT. So for him to attack and be aggressive and get 10 points, it was big, just to be able to loosen up things on KB in terms of their scheme and what they were trying to do.
Considering that Creighton is one of the elite offensive teams in the country, is that as good a defensive performance as Butler's had this season?
I thought we had some mistakes there, so I wouldn't say that. I keep telling these guys I'm waiting for us to play well for 40 minutes, and so but I think they're getting closer and hungrier for it. I can't tell you where this one ranks. I just know with so much respect for Coach Mack and how how good of a job he does on the offensive side and their players and how talented and their pace and ability to shoot it. To hold them to 57 is, certainly something to be proud of. I thought, keeping Zagorowski in check, in the second half was big because he was really aggressive in the first, and he's a really good player. And so that's going to be every night in the Big East. And but certainly, keeping them way under their average is big.
What's it just for your ability to dictate? Obviously, that's a team that likes to score a lot, likes to hit a lot of threes, and do either one of those things. I don't know what the total possession was, but to keep them in the 50s, that's a totally different game they want to play. What's that say to your ability to kind of determine the terms?
That's a big word in our program is dictate. And so, especially coming out of the last game against St. John, where about 17 minutes we did not dictate, and we didn't impose our will on the game per se. So just having a reflection and talking about it leading into this one, I thought our guys' mindset was in the right place to come out and dictate.
The Final Four team that was back. Did you talk to your team about how they're good enough to go do something like that, or do you prefer not have them looking at far ahead?
Do I talk to them about being good? No, we don't. Not at all. I talked to them about how good those guys were, and that's that's the standard you want to live up to. I think sometimes, showing them examples. We use clips from and film from teams of the past to let them know what it should look like, and they've embraced that, and they're trying to do their best version of it with Team 122.
Feel to you like it's been shown improvement as far as the ability to adjust in game compared to years past? Has there been sort of a focus on that? Is that something you've seen happening more throughout the season, those in-game adjustments and counters?
Yeah, I think, that's a really good question. And this team has been as good as any that I've been a part of at that right there. Is just realizing whether it's how the game's being officiated, what adjustments that they've made, after we've started, because everybody comes out with a game plan, and then it's a game of adjustments. Being really locked in, even in the guys on the bench in huddles, reminding each other when we make adjustments, regurgitating information so that we can get it as right as we possibly can. And they've done that, consistently throughout the course of these 15 games.
Obviously you want Aaron on the board, but when he had several just 4 fouls, how well you guys kind of played defensively in that stretch, was that important when your defensive leaders out for other guys?
It was huge. I thought Jordan Tucker was big in that stretch, outside of jumping for a couple shot fakes. But once he got himself together, I thought he was really important with Aaron being out with 4 fouls. I thought Bryce Enzi and Bryce Golden were big because we were switching a lot of the screens, and Bryce Golden did a great job of keeping their guards off the line. And that was huge. And then Derek, just being able to affect things in the paint as best he could. So everybody had to step up defensively, especially with AT out of there. Yeah, credit to Shawnee. I mean, that there's a ball bouncing in the gym over the summer. There's an argument about who it is, but he's definitely at the top of the list that you're arguing about who it is. So he's putting in a ton of work. He's put in a ton of work on the defensive end, just studying film more, taking practice reps. You know, when he's switched in guarding Jordan and Aaron, really locking in to be a better defender. And he's a heck of a competitor. He takes the challenge. And so just proud of him, you know, to see it pay off, to know that, you know, all that work pays off. And he's not the only one, I think, you know, but the development of these guys and our staff and the things that they've asked them to do, guys have really grown, and he's grown a ton, you know, over the course of his 4 years, but it's certainly from last year to this year.
Everybody good? Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Happy New Year.